guys. Well, I've found myself this pristine little spot just outside of Sofala. I think I'm gonna hunker down here for the next couple days because I don't know if you can hear it, but it's starting to rain a little bit and it's progressively gonna get worse as today goes on. And it's not meant to go away for at least the rest of tomorrow as well. But to be honest, I don't think I could have found a better spot to be stuck under some cover in the rain, because this is mint. I am being invaded by some goats though. They're all getting a bit too close. Frey's sitting in the car, so they haven't really discovered her yet, but I'm sure they'll run away if I let her out. So I'm near Wallaby Rocks campground. The campground itself is back that way. Well, the part that you enter is back that way anyway. But I decided to go for a look, cross the river and start heading down some tracks. And I found my own spot down here, but all by myself, away from the few other people that were up at the other campground. And to be honest, I couldn't ask for a better spot. How good is this? So this is the Turon River. We'll be following this for the next few days, I think. You got these gorgeous rock walls, and this water is, I don't know, it's like very blue kind of colour. Behind this tree here, we got another massive rock face coming down that hill. So I think we're going to be following this Turon River for the next few days, maybe a week, because there's meant to be some pristine camp spots along here. I've been told you can get trout in here, so we're going to have a bit of a fish, see what we can get. But based on my research on the internet, it seems like a lot of the trout are gone and it's just infested with carp. Someone has left a carp up on the bank here. That's probably all we're going to be catching really, if we can even catch anything. The landscape here is just stunning. It's just these cliff edges everywhere. It's bloody awesome. Well, no wonder the river's flowing so slow up where I am, because it turns into pretty much nothing down here. Like, you got this tiniest little bit running through all these rocks to come in here, which I would assume when it's going good, the water's all the way up to here, you know, and just I wouldn't be able to walk where I am right now. Look how bent all these trees are. I've been walking up this river for probably about a K and a half, 2 Ks now. So I think it's time to turn around and head back. It looks like the landscape kind of opens up a bit here. Not so many rock cliff edges and stuff. You see, kind of gets a bit flatter, more open. Let's head back. I guess all the rain that I thought was going to be here earlier today has finally showed up. So, kind of stuck under cover now. Since I'm just stuck under cover, I've got a fire going, and I found someone's little float here in the bush. So, I rigged that up, and now I got a big old hook here with some corn on it. It's probably too big of a hook, but it's about all I got. So, I'm just relaxing here and changing up the spots in this river where I'm casting this, and so far no luck obviously, but Maybe I'll end up with something. See what happens. Well, got up this morning, flew the drone around to get some nice early morning stuff. Now I go to make breakfast before I leave, and I had a little friend waiting for me in the back of my car. In behind here, somewhere underneath my fridge or something, I've got a pet mouse now. So that's awesome. I'm gonna have to try and get him out. This will be interesting. Without him going anywhere else in the car. And then I suppose I'll have a look in my drawers and stuff, make sure there isn't another one. Well, I managed to get him out of the car, but the problem is he's still on the car, somewhere. He ended up scurrying down here, onto the bar, and then went down into the corner here somewhere. So now he's underneath the car somewhere, which I'm never getting him out of there. I don't think he fell onto the ground. I think he's still under the car. I'm just gonna hope that he falls off, I guess. I guess I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for evidence of a mouse over the next few days. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit some bumps at some speed and hopefully he'll bounce off, land on the road or something. That's my plan. So we're going to make our way towards Hill End now. Going to get a reasonably early start, try and get us a nice camp spot before all the crowds come in for the weekend. Hopefully it won't end up too busy over the weekend. It is a bit out there, so you know, anyone coming from Sydney, it won't quite be as close. You know, unlike the Blue Mountains where that got pretty busy over the weekend. This one will just, I would assume, be more locals from maybe like Bathurst or Orange or something. This is the campground that actually shows up on Wiki Camps. If you weren't to go across the river and go camp where I did. It is still a stunning camp spot. You got the nice river here, this wicked cliff face. The main road's just up there, so if you come down and to the left, cross this river, and head down into these trees, you'll find where I've been exploring the last couple of days. Old police station's pretty interesting. So seems to be a lot of old mining history in this town. There's signs everywhere about its history, absolutely everywhere. I'm at an old mine at the moment, Bald Hill Mine. I was hoping there would be a bit more to see. Oh, you got to wait for a tour. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. Okay, well, we're not doing a tour, But this is it anyway. Well, we're not doing a tour. Back on the road we go. I took a bit of a detour from my original plan for today, and I've found myself at Merlin's Lookout. What a view this is. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's actually go do what we were meant to do today. Absolutely massive sign. You could have missed that if you tried. All right, let's get to it, eh? The start of the bridle track. I've been looking forward to this one a bit. It's meant to be pretty good. So the top half of this hill was flat, almost like a paved road. It was so smooth. And then I just passed all the guys doing a heap of roadworks. So I'd say that the top half's recently been graded, and it's beautiful. And now on this bottom half, it's a lot more rocky. She has not stopped making noise since we left camp this morning. It's been nearly 2 hours. With a couple water crossings and all these bumps, if that mouse was still hiding under my car, you'd think it would be gone now. I purposely hit water fast to spray water up under the car. I've hit some bumps. Surely it's gone. Jesus. How good's this little spot, huh? What's this like, bro? Is this good? This big rock in the middle here is pretty cool. So it has been a couple of days. I parked up at this spot because why the hell wouldn't you? Come on, I mean, it's absolutely stunning. There hasn't been much to film here. We've kind of just been chilling out. There's been a fish in this still bit of water here that I've been trying to catch, but I've had no luck. And it's torture because it keeps going at the surface and I see it all day long eating, but I just can't get it. I think it's only a carp, judged from what I can see when it kind of comes to the surface. So it's not like it's really worth catching anyway, but it'll still be fun to catch. It's pretty foggy this morning. As you can see, we're kind of clouded in. So, not really in a hurry to do anything this morning. Just waiting on me coffee. And we will get moving today. I want to get closer to Bathurst. Today is Sunday, so I'm just going to take the assumption that places could be closed in Bathurst. So I want to be in Bathurst tomorrow to just run some errands. So right now, I'm still probably 3 hours out of Bathurst if I was to guess. I'm still really only at the start of the bridle track on this end. So I'm going to make my way all the way down to the other end today, hopefully. That way I'll allow myself to have a full day in Bathurst tomorrow and be able to then get out of Bathurst to a new campsite. So I'm going to finish making this coffee, take Freya for a bit of a walk, and I'll head out of here once this cloud starts going away. All right, we are moving out again. I'll tell you what, if you're doing this track from the Bathurst side first, making your way towards Hill End, and you look down there and see that, how could you not decide that that's where you're staying for the night? From up here, that looks stunning. And it is. You get down there, it is absolutely stunning. What a view from up here though. Wow. Bit of a late start today. It's about 11:30, but I'm only probably driving for 2, maybe 3 hours. So I'm not too worried about the late start. And being a Sunday, most people are probably leaving. So I don't think I'll be worried about finding a spot to camp. So as I've been making my way down this track, I've been pulling into pretty much every single campsite and seeing what they're all like. And I'll tell you what, 9 times out of 10, it's mint. There's not really any bad campsites along this track that I've seen so far. There's quite a few like this one that are just nice and grassy areas. And there's a few that are kind of like sandy beaches, and then if it's not grass or a sandy beach, it's rocks. I still don't really have a plan for this afternoon of where I'm going to stay or whatnot. I could get to the end of this track and then turn back around and come back to camp somewhere down here. But this was just a quick stop, let Freya out, go to the toilet, and we'll be on our way again. You good, pup? Hey, you good? You good? Yeah. High five. You keep driving? Yeah? Well, that is the bridle track done and dusted. Honestly, a bit shorter than what I thought it was going to be. It really doesn't take long at all to get from one end to the other. Still a fair way down that road to get to Bathurst. I think it's about another 40 minutes, to be honest. to actually get into Bathurst itself. But it just looks like it'll be kind of a normal farm track, gravel road sort of thing on the way out. Tomorrow is meant to be miserable weather yet again. I think they're meant to get like 15 mil of rain here. So I think I'm going to end this one off here at the end of the bridle track. Even though it was short, there is some absolutely gorgeous views along it, and I highly recommend it. It's a very easy track. You don't need any of the fancy stuff to come out here and do it. Since it is meant to be raining all day again tomorrow, that's when I'll go into town and do the stuff that I need to do in town, since it won't really be any good weather for filming. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Kind of hard to see white writing on a white background, ain't it?